so this is it. Um, you know how before the pink sheets, no, it's only the EC that has like a copy of it, but then after some people took the whole thing to court and all that, it changed such that all parties they sign off and then they all have copies of their pink sheets, right? Yeah. So then what happened and what the MPP noticed, I think the 2012 election petition really helped to open their eyes as to how the cheating was done, exactly as to how the, let me put it this way, alleged cheating was done. It wasn't so much about stuffing ballot boxes and all that, saying, now be to media shame. But if you check the way Nanado won, there is something very, very strange about it. You look at the numbers, it baffles even like, the radio stations, TV stations, they were just going on and on about, it's like you see how consistently Mahama lost um, like votes. Like for example, if last year he had 50,000 people voting for him in a particular area, he had, let's say, at that point in time, let's say 40,000. And each time that he dropped a bit, Nanado would go up, not even much, or sometimes just a fraction. So they realized that it wasn't like Nanado was stealing his votes, but more like JM just wasn't getting enough votes. And then, I mean, if it's really voter apathy, can it really account for that massive number and all that? You take an area like K2 South, where, if my memory serves me right, I can't be too sure, they are like maybe 120,000 or 150,000, and only like, let's say, 40 or 50,000 came out to come and vote. That doesn't make sense at all. You see, you realize that voter party power can account for, let's say, half of this massive number and all that. Yes, you may say bloated register, that one cry, where is your proof and all that. Well, it turns out that the cheating was being done through the transmission of the results. At the end of the day, the results are signed off at the polling station, they are taken to a collation center, it's signed off again, and then it's transmitted. When it's transmitted, what MPP noticed, and MPP had to bring in hackers from the state, so they had set up a whole office somewhere and all that, with more than 700 computers. Well, I mean, like that was like across the country, more than 700 laptops and all that. But then the central point was here in Accra, where the hackers were, and the hackers had to hack into the EC system, and they noticed that as the result, the real results were trickling in. And believe me, by that midnight, 1 a.m. and all, the collation centers had finished collating, and results were coming in. As the results were coming in the system, the results began to change. Right then and there, the hackers, I think I don't know how they do their work, but whatever it is, they're able to like get the results that were coming in, store that information, and then change. Once the numbers began to change, they changed it back to the original. So the EC people noticed like, this is not normal. Then they tried changing it again. These people changed it, and I think it's something that hackers, well, they understand amongst them. So it'd be like the EC people also had people working, so they realized that no, their system had been hacked into. If you realize their website, everything went down. Like it just didn't make sense. You wonder, did they not test the system before? Oh, they tested it, pepe. What they didn't count on was someone coming in to actually see what they were doing. So then MPP actually has proof of it, which they've put down, to use if ever need be. But the thing is, so then that was how come MPP was so confident and came out at 2 a.m. to announce themselves. Why announce yourself? You announce yourself so that the EC knows that no, these people, they are aware. And why did the other parties congratulate them so early? You will tell me the other parties, they don't have the wherewithal to be able to calculate all those results by themselves. There's even those joke going around about how Hindu will even calculate his own thing using his own calculator. Anyway, that's besides the point. But they cannot do that by themselves. So as soon as MPP received the first initial results, which were the true results of a lot of constituencies, what they did was, and you know the results coming electronically also include the original pink sheets being scanned in or something. What they did was they gave copies to all the other five parties. Why? So that it won't be MPP versus the EC and NDC. You get it? Because what it is even the pink sheets that were being scanned in, they were changing the numbers on it to correspond with the new numbers that they were swapping the original numbers for in the system. Yes, that's how deep it goes. So then they had to do that so that it's like they have, in quotes, the support of the other five parties. That is why someone like Edward Mahama, as early as God knows what time, 5 or 6 a.m. or something, sent his congratulations to Nanado, so that the EC and NDC will all know that no, these people, they actually like found their way into the system and they know how, like, you know, as in, and they figured it out and they know who the actual winner is. So MPP had to do that so that what, so that the EC will not come, just bypass everyone and come and announce NDC as the winner. The moment they do that, NDC's Mahama has to be sworn in and MPP has to go back to court. Going back to court was not even an option. If you go to court, yeah, you know it can go this way, can go that. Chale, going to court is trying to say that the electoral system is full of flaws. And if they get to court and they didn't have, like, you know, and they had their own original pink sheet, I think NDC had the pink sheet with the signatures and everything, but then they've managed to change the numbers and figures and stuff on it. So if EC and NDC's own match and your own doesn't match, I know the other parties, they're like small parties. Some of them didn't even have they didn't even have what do you call it? Not all the parties even had people at the polling stations. Or the point is, MPP will be going into court alone, and they would have lost again. So yes, that was the way that they found around the system, and they just had to come out and come and announce just to confuse everything. And which is why now EC had to shut down that electronic system and now do the calculation by hand, something that they hadn't planned for. I don't even think it was even in their plan B for them to do it. That's why they came out and saying their system has been hacked into. They didn't lie, it's been hacked into. But that is why you will now. So if you realize what it means is that these are actually the real results on the ground, which makes me really wonder and makes me really question results from the past 4 years and all that. Because I mean, if you look at the differences and look at the way they themselves have gone around shouting that JM has done a lot. The typical voter voted all right. You know, I mean, Accra here and stuff, there wasn't that much apathy and all that. But then now you've seen what it really is. It means that this is what the real results should be like. Nanado is not as unpopular as they try to make it seem. You see, but then also it goes to show. I mean, obviously, a lot of their MPs also fell. If you look at some of the places, it just doesn't make sense by how many votes they lost. And that the point is, they chose their areas and everything, and they managed to change those numbers into numbers that would benefit them. Yeah, it's fine. You can come out here and say it's propaganda, it's what. The point is, this is what really happened.